welcome to Turning the Tables. We call this Cooking to Thrive in the 21st Century because this series focuses on creating food that promotes health on both an individual and an environmental scale. We're learning master recipes designed to work with whatever you have on hand, with plenty of local and plant-based whole food ingredients. Cooking this way generates vitality and reduces environmental impacts. Flexibility in the kitchen unlocks endless flavor opportunities and makes eating a nutritionally balanced, eco-friendly food fun and intuitive. This series is sponsored by Cornell Cooperative Extension Ulster County and the Ellenville Rural Regional Healthcare Network and Stick to Local Studios. I'm Maria Reidelbach.
There you go.
Hi, here we are at Hudson Valley Vertical Farms. This is Kathy Puffer. I'm Maria Reidelbach. It's a very cold day in January, and I was just asking Kathy whether these chickens and ducks get cold in the winter, and she said,
Oh yes, they need some motivation, especially on a day like today when it is like in the 20s and teens to come outside. But even when it's cold, chickens do love to come out and have a good scratch. And so we put down some straw for them so they can be a little bit more comfortable, especially when it's really snowy. And we also provide them with some additional enrichment in their chicken yard. So they have an awning here that they can still scratch under and sit under, as well as a little sandbox right there that has diatomaceous earth and play sand in it. It's really important for chickens to be able to fluff around in the sand and get some good diatomaceous earth underneath those feathers to help them stay healthy and keep parasites off their body.
Interesting. And what is the scratching about?
Oh, well, they like to scratch to like pick up things like ticks, bugs, and they are really good at doing ground clearance. So like sometimes during the growing season, I have an area that gets really weedy, and what I do is I open the gate and I let the chickens out, and the girls will go ahead and do my weeding for me and clear an area for me of like weeds and, just really mixed up, rough stuff. And they'll take care of that for me and start turning over the earth. So it makes starting a new garden area really easy.
No kidding.
Absolutely. My garden helpers. Chickens are awesome.
Wow, that is really fantastic. And so how many chickens do you have here, Kathy?
Oh gosh. Right now, I think we have like about 22 laying hens, and we have 7 ducks. And the chickens, lay eggs in colors of brown and blue. And then the ducks lay a nice big round egg. And the ducks, even though they don't scratch, they have an important purpose too.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. So we keep goats, and here in Ulster County, we do have something called liver flukes. It is a parasite that gets into the liver of the goat that's carried through slugs. And what do ducks love to eat?
Oh, nice.
The ducks eat the slugs that keep the goats healthy.
Oh, interesting.
How about that? Everybody has a job here.
Nice. Nice. So you've got a whole like circle of life thing going on. And
yeah.
So what do you feed them besides the bugs that they scratch themselves?
Okay. So during the growing season, when our egg production is up, I do have an egg CSA, so people can do a bi-weekly egg subscription through my website. And this is the sweet deal, is that I deliver to your home, and I also bring you a bucket. And then people put their veggie scraps into the bucket. I take the bucket home. I leave the eggs. I leave the clean bucket. And then those veggie scraps, they go into my chicken compost bin. And so then the chickens get to enjoy that too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that is like a supplement to their regular feed. That's right, there's more. So they get a organic pelleted layer mix. I used to do a powder one, but it didn't work good in the round feeders that we have to use for, just avoiding wasting food. And they also get, oh, sorry, honey, oyster shell. I'm going to show you right here. So the oyster shells are important so that, you know, they have nice hard egg shells. So that's like a supplement.
Because
for
it
the
has
chicken.
calcium in it?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Because of the
interesting.
calcium. And to give them a bit of an incentive, because they always count on me for a treat, put some mealworms in there. So that encourages them, you know, to eat the oyster shells. Like that. Check it out.
Oh, look at that.
They love it. Yeah.
So pretty.
Oh yeah, everybody's really healthy too. These are all like, you know, good weight birds. I always like them to have a good amount of weight on them heading into the winter, and the mealworms helps to bulk up their protein. Like it's much healthier for them to be bulking up in protein instead of bulking up in fat, which is why I feed them mealworms to gain that weight instead of corn.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And so what is the lifespan of a laying chicken?
Oh gosh, well, it's an ongoing experiment because this is also a wild environment because we have hawks and fox, and so
Everything likes to eat chicken, right?
everything loves chicken, and
Yeah.
so we've kept chickens since 2014. And what tends to happen is the girls that are a little bit too slow eventually get taken off by the hawks. So nature kind of takes care of that for us, and then we just keep buying new chicks. So we usually get like about 6 or 8 new laying chicks during the spring, and you know, everybody just, you know, lives out their life here and is happy.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so I noticed that there's a variety of things for the chickens
Yes.
to do around here. Is that
Yeah.
on purpose?
Yes, chickens need a very enriched environment, and so they also need a lot of space.
So why do they need an enriched environment?
Oh, chickens get bored.
Really?
Yes, and if they get too bored, then they like start digging too much in one place, or they start fighting with each other. So you gotta like stimulate the chicken's mind.
Oh.
And so the more they have to do, the less likely they are to be picking on one chicken and having this pecking order fight. You've heard of the pecking order.
order is real?
Yeah, and then they like will rip off the feathers off of a chicken that they're having an issue with. But if they are busy brain chickens, that is much less likely to happen.
So I guess these chickens poop a lot?
Oh yes, they do. And so manure management is crazy important for chicken health because all the diseases that is going to make your flock sick, they tend to spring up in the spring when the ground thaws. So then you have, you know, the migratory birds that come back, and the birds get into the feeder, which then spread, you know, the avian, you know, diseases that can make your flock sick. And, you know, what also impacts the health of your flock is not having a clean chicken house. So they can get bumblefoot or a variety of different infections. So especially during the warmer months, it's really important to stay on top of cleaning out your chicken coop at least once a week or like every other week. So we have an extensive manure management system here on this property.
What do you do with all that chicken poop?
Oh my gosh, I grow yards of soil.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes. So this time of the year, I am like stacking up the straw, like either in a hugelkultur or in the back end of this terrace garden over here. And then what I do during the growing season is I put down that straw on the soil, and then we use the liquid fertilizer from our anaerobic biodigesters on the straw, which then breaks down that straw into like gorgeous soil within a matter of months.
Wow.
So my chickens are my soil growing machine.
No kidding.
Way.
Amazing. So they produce eggs.
Yes.
They live on table scraps.
Yes.
As well as other things, and yet they produce this amazing material that creates soil.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. See, chickens are incredible. Chickens can save the world.
Love that idea.
Yeah, and tick management also.
And what's your favorite way to prepare eggs?
Oh my goodness. So we like the old-fashioned omelet with, you know, peppers and onions. And, you know, that on a Sunday morning with a nice slice of cheddar cheese, it doesn't get much better than that.
I think you're right. So, Kathy, this seems like so much time and work. Why are you doing this?
Really, this is for like self-care and earth care. I work really hard as a special educator and speech pathologist during the day, and this is what I do to like recharge myself and my batteries. And the daily maintenance, it adds up the amount of time, which is why I'm so grateful. My husband is an amazing partner, that teams up with me to get it all done. But really, I am interested in like helping other people learn how to do this too, because this is not rocket science at all. And I have launched a new website, biogaseducation.com, and it's a mighty network where people can come and learn how to do small scale biogas and learn about soil restoration, because really I feel like soil restoration is one of the big things that we need for food security as well as helping the planet. It's so important.
Wow, that's wonderful. And it seems like you have really found a way to regenerate soil, to create food. You have these lovely animals in your life that just seem really fulfilling. They're so beautiful and they seem really happy.
Oh yeah, everybody's happy here. This is a happy place.
Well, thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you were
Just
here.
terrific, and I hope we can come back and visit one day when it's warm out.
Ooh,
And,
yes, so you get to see everything blooming instead of frozen.
Great, thanks.
You're welcome. My pleasure.